Ever looked in the mirror and thought, "Whoa, when did I start to look so different?" It's normal to see changes. Maybe your face looks a bit different, or your body isn't quite the same as it used to be. Life just keeps speeding up. People come and go, and our physical selves keep changing. Getting older is a path we all walk. And honestly, sometimes it can feel like a real challenge. But what if I told you the biggest challenge isn't aging itself? What if it's actually about how we react to these changes? Wise teachers, like the Buddha, taught that we often feel pain or sadness when we fight against the way life naturally flows. He shared a powerful idea. Everything is always changing. This truth isn't scary. It's actually the secret to finding peace and feeling free. We spend so much energy trying to hold on to things, wishing moments would last forever, or trying to keep everything exactly as it is. But what if aging isn't something to be afraid of? What if it's something truly amazing to welcome? In this video, I'm going to share 6 incredible Buddhist lessons about getting older that will completely flip your perspective. These aren't sad lessons. They are strong, freeing, and even beautiful truths. Once you really take them in, you'll start to see aging not as losing something, but as discovering something richer and more meaningful. So stick around, because what you learn today could completely change how you experience the rest of your wonderful life. 1. Your name might fade, but your impact lives on. Let's dive into our first big idea, and it might sound a little surprising at first. It's this: you might be forgotten sooner than you think. The amazing career you poured your heart into, the home filled with memories, even the funny stories you tell. Over time, these things can slowly fade from people's minds. Now, hearing that can feel a bit sad, right? We all work hard, hoping to make a difference and leave a mark that lasts. But the truth is, time moves forward for everyone. Our children grow up and get busy, our friends live their own lives, and eventually the world just keeps turning. This is just a natural part of being human. But here's the beautiful part, straight from Buddhist wisdom. The Buddha often talked about no self. This isn't about you not existing, but about understanding that we aren't fixed, unchanging things. Think of it like waves in the ocean. They rise, they fall, they're part of something bigger. Just like those waves, we come and go, leaving behind ripples that blend into the huge flow of life. Our real goal shouldn't be to have our name remembered forever, but to be truly present and fully alive in each moment we have. There's a wonderful Zen story that perfectly explains this. A kind and wise old monk lived in a quiet temple on a mountain. People from all the villages knew him and came to him for advice for many years. One day, a young student asked him, "Master, doesn't it make you sad that when you pass away, people might forget your name?" The old monk smiled softly and pointed to the river flowing past the temple. "Tell me," he said, "where is the water that was here yesterday?" The student thought for a moment, not quite sure what the monk meant. "It has flowed on," the monk continued, "yet the river is still here." The message was crystal clear. What truly matters isn't the name we leave behind, it's the current of our actions, the goodness we put out, the kindness we share that truly lasts. The river doesn't hold on to its water, and we shouldn't cling to the idea of staying the same forever. Another Zen teacher once said, "A single candle can light 1,000 others without losing its own flame." This is so powerful. The kindness, wisdom, and love you share today don't just vanish. They live on, not in old history books, but deep in the hearts of those you've touched. Think about it. Can you remember the name of every single teacher who ever inspired you? Probably not, but their influence, their lessons, their warmth, they still shaped who you are today, right? The warm feeling from a parent's love, the clear advice from a good mentor, a kind act from someone you barely knew. All these things stay woven into the story of our lives, even if their names might fade. So, let go of the need to be remembered by name. Instead, focus all your energy on living well right now. Be kind, be present, and let your everyday actions create waves of goodness that spread to others. That's how you build a real, lasting legacy. Getting older isn't about chasing fame that sticks around. It's about making every single moment count, so that when your time comes, you can feel deep peace, knowing that the river of your life brought comfort and kindness to many others along the way. This understanding brings immense freedom and helps you embrace every stage of life. 2. Embrace your true radiance, the gift of grown-up beauty. One day, you look in the mirror and notice something has changed. Your skin isn't as smooth, your hair might be turning silver, and your face no longer matches the one in your memories. In a world that glorifies youth and tells us to hide every sign of age, that moment can feel heavy. We're constantly told to erase the lines, cover the grey, and chase after youth as if growing older is a problem. But what if it isn't? What if aging is not something to fear, but something to honor? In Buddhist philosophy, beauty is not based on appearance. It comes from within. It lives in our presence, our peace, and the compassion we show to others. Every wrinkle holds a story. Every grey hair is a lesson earned. These aren't signs of fading. They are signs of a life well lived. There's a Zen story of an older woman who told a monk she no longer felt beautiful. The monk led her to a garden. He showed her a cherry blossom tree in full bloom, soft, bright, and youthful. Then he pointed to an old pine tree, weathered, strong, deeply rooted. "Both are beautiful," he said. "One shows youth, the other shows strength." True beauty isn't lost with age. It evolves. It grows in how we listen with patience, how we stay calm through challenges, and how we offer kindness without expecting anything in return. Think about the elders you've admired. Was it their appearance that moved you? Or was it their quiet wisdom, their warmth, and the way they made you feel seen and safe? Growing older doesn't mean you're losing something important. It means you're gaining something deeper. There's power in knowing who you are. There's confidence in the calm that comes from everything you've faced and overcome. So next time you see your reflection and feel critical, stop for a moment. Look into your eyes and see the strength. Notice the kindness in your expression, the years you've lived, and the love you've given. That's real beauty. That's lasting power. No trend or treatment can replace that. Aging isn't the end of your beauty. It's the beginning of your truest self. You are not fading. You are shining, just in a new, deeper way. 3. Befriend your body, your amazing partner in life's journey. Okay, let's talk about our bodies. Remember when you could just dash upstairs without a second thought? Now, maybe your knees make a little protest, or even a short walk feels like an effort. The body you once relied on might move more carefully, reminding you with every little ache that things are different. This can sometimes feel like your body is letting you down, right? But the Buddha would tell us this is simply nature at work. Just like a tree sheds its leaves in autumn, our bodies also change. The real problem isn't getting older itself, it's our strong desire to hold on to youth. We cling to how we used to be, fighting against what's clearly going to happen. And in that fight, we create our own unhappiness. The secret to finding peace isn't trying to control things we can't. It's learning to adjust with grace. Think of your body not as something that's failing you, but as your most loyal and constant companion. It has been with you through every single step of your life, from learning to walk to facing big challenges. It has battled sickness, handled stress, and adapted to everything you've asked of it, day in and day out. Instead of getting upset when it slows down, why not offer it deep gratitude and appreciation? Healthy aging isn't about trying to pretend you're still 20. It's about truly caring for the amazing person you are right now. This means moving your body in ways that feel good, giving it nourishing food, and allowing it to rest when it needs to. Think of it like taking care of a wise old friend who has always been there for you, rather than a machine that's breaking down. There's a beautiful story that helps us understand this. An old monk found it harder and harder to do his daily chores as he aged. He used to easily carry heavy water buckets, but now his arms trembled. One evening, feeling frustrated, he asked his teacher, "Master, why is my body letting me down? It used to do everything I commanded." The teacher smiled gently and handed the monk a cracked clay pot. "This pot," he said, "once held water perfectly. Now it leaks a little. Does that mean it's useless?" The monk shook his head. "No, master. It still holds some water." "And doesn't that still serve a purpose?" the teacher asked. "The water that drips out nourishes the earth. The pot isn't what it once was, but it's still valuable." The old monk suddenly understood. His body was like that pot. It had changed, but it still had purpose and still was deeply valuable. And so are you. Aging is about seeing what beautiful qualities remain, not just what might have changed. Maybe you can't sprint anymore, but you can still enjoy a peaceful walk. Perhaps you can't lift heavy weights, but you can still carry immense love, profound wisdom, and rich life experience. Your hands might be less steady, but they can still reach out to offer comfort and kindness. Instead of seeing your changing body as something that has turned against you, see it as a loyal partner that has served you faithfully for decades. Your body has been your vehicle, your protector, your home. It deserves your deep respect, your gentle care, and your endless patience. So, what can you do? Listen to your body instead of fighting its signals. If it says rest, then rest. If intense movement is hard, find gentle ways to stay active, like mindful stretching or swimming. If it aches, treat it with kindness, not frustration. It's not failing you, it's simply changing and adapting, just as all of nature does. And most importantly, do not let physical changes stop you from living your life to the fullest. A body that feels less strong doesn't mean a spirit that is weak. As long as you have breath, you have purpose, joy, and the ability to connect. Think of the inspiring elders you know. They inspire us not because they look young, but because they radiate wisdom and inner peace. They've embraced the changes, and in doing so, they've found freedom from suffering. You too can walk this path. So, be a true friend to your body, thank it for everything it has done, and move forward on your journey with deep appreciation and graceful acceptance. 4. Relationships grow and change, and that's natural. Now let's explore a deeply human experience that can sometimes bring a pang to our hearts, the changing nature of our relationships as we get older. You might notice that people you once shared everything with start to drift apart. Close friends become distant. Family members you called often become rare visitors. Some connections simply fade, leaving quiet where laughter once echoed. It's easy to take this personally, to wonder, did I mess up? Was I not enough? But here's a core teaching from Buddhist philosophy. Everything in life is always changing, and this includes our bonds with others. People enter our lives for a reason, for a season, or for a lifetime. They often appear when we need them and move on when their part in our personal journey shifts. Just like the seasons cycle, the people around us naturally evolve and move in different directions. There's a beautiful story from Buddhist tradition that helps us grasp this idea. A young monk once asked his wise teacher, "Master, why does it hurt so much when people we love depart?" The teacher led him to a peaceful riverbank and pointed to the continuously flowing water. "See how this river moves," he said. "Every drop of water flows onward, never holding still in one place. Some drops journey together for a time, blending and dancing side by side. Others separate quickly, carried along by a different current." The young monk nodded, thoughtful. "People are just like that," the teacher continued. "Some walk beside us for a brief period, others for many years, but all are meant to keep moving. Our sadness often comes not from their departure, but from our refusal to accept that their presence was never meant to be permanent." The monk sat in silence, watching the river, finally understanding that love doesn't mean owning or holding on to someone. Instead of clinging to connections that are no longer present, shift your focus to treasuring the relationships that remain. Have you ever reconnected with an old friend after years and felt like no time had passed? That's because the genuine bond you shared wasn't truly lost. It stayed alive, unaffected by time or distance. Similarly, the individuals who have moved out of your immediate life didn't erase the joy or love they brought you. Their influence shaped you into who you are, even if they're no longer physically present. The love, the laughter, the lessons. These precious gifts stay with you. Aging teaches us that relationships are dynamic. They grow and change. Some connections might gently fade, like a quiet sunset. Others might end suddenly, like a quick summer storm. But regardless of how they conclude, they were meaningful in their moment. And remember this, even if someone is no longer actively in your life, the love and impact you shared don't vanish. It continues to live in your heart, woven into the very fabric of the person you've become. So, instead of grieving every connection that has altered, celebrate the ones that are strong and active. Pour your energy into the people who bring you peace, joy, and a sense of belonging. Value the friend who still reaches out, the neighbor who offers a warm smile, the grandchild eager to hear your stories. And just as important, keep your heart open to new relationships. There's always room for fresh connections, no matter your age. Life continually offers opportunities for new bonds if you remain receptive to them. Practice letting go with grace, honor what was, deeply appreciate what is, and embrace with an open heart what is yet to unfold. That, truly is the path of wisdom and contented living. 5. You are not your productivity. Finding worth beyond doing. Let's talk about something that can feel surprisingly heavy as we get older, not feeling useful anymore. Maybe you've retired, or maybe you're no longer the go-to person for everything at work or in your family. The days aren't packed with tasks like they used to be, and suddenly you might start to wonder, what am I even contributing anymore? Or worse, do I still matter? It's a quiet fear, and so many people carry it. We live in a world that measures value by output, how much we can do, how busy we are, how fast we respond, how much we achieve. So it's no surprise that when life slows down, we start to feel like we're fading into the background. But here's where Buddhist wisdom can completely change the way you see yourself. The Buddha taught that your true value isn't tied to your achievements or your activity. You are not just a worker, a parent, a provider, or a doer. Those are roles you've played, and you played them well. But they are not the core of who you are. Your deepest worth comes from your presence, your awareness, your kindness, and your peaceful being. There's a lovely Zen saying, "Sitting quietly, doing nothing, spring comes and the grass grows by itself." It reminds us that just being can be powerful. Your calm presence, your listening ear, your warm energy, those are gifts. You don't have to be constantly moving or producing to make a difference. In fact, think about the people who have impacted you the most. Were they always busy? Or were they the ones who made you feel seen, heard, and safe? Chances are, it wasn't their productivity that left a lasting mark. It was who they were in your presence. There's a story from a Buddhist temple where a monk grew older and began doing less and less around the monastery. One day, a younger monk complained, "He doesn't do anything anymore." The teacher replied, "But his silence brings balance. His peace settles the energy of the whole temple." That's powerful. It reminds us that your energy still matters, even when you're no longer doing as much. So the next time you feel unproductive, pause and breathe. You are not falling behind. You are entering a stage of deeper presence. Use this time to reflect, to share wisdom, to simply enjoy being alive. Your value is not in your busyness, it's in your being. And remember, you don't need to prove your worth. You are worthy just as you are, right now. 6. You'll lose people you love, but love never leaves you. In this last part, we will talk about one of life's deepest experiences, saying goodbye to those we care about. As the years go by, it's true that we will face loss more often. Parents, brothers, sisters, friends, sometimes even children, one by one, they leave this world. And no matter how much we expect it, nothing truly prepares us for that deep ache. Sadness isn't something we just get over. It's a feeling we learn to carry with us as we move forward. But Buddhist wisdom offers a powerful, comforting truth. Love itself never truly dies. The people you've lost actually live on within you. They live in the wisdom they shared, the stories they told, and every bit of love they poured into your life. Each time you speak their name, apply their wise advice, or share the kindness they showed you, they are still present. There's an ancient Buddhist story about a woman named Kisa Gotami. When her young son died, she was devastated. She went from home to home, begging for help to bring him back. Finally, the Buddha told her, Bring me a mustard seed from a house that has never known death. Filled with new hope, she knocked on every door in the village. She searched everywhere, but every home had known loss. She realized she was not alone. Grief touches everyone. This story teaches us that while loss is universal, so is love. Think of someone you've lost. Maybe it's a mother whose advice still guides you, a friend whose voice still rings in your mind, a partner whose love still shapes how you love others. Their bodies may be gone, but their essence is still part of you. One common mistake about sadness is thinking we need to move on from it. But Buddhist teaching suggests we don't move on, we move forward, gently carrying the love, the lessons, and the very essence of those we've lost. Have you ever noticed how a certain scent, a song, or even a phrase instantly brings someone you miss to mind, even if just for a moment? That's their presence, still part of you, reminding you that love isn't limited by the physical world. Grief is painful, yes, but it's also a powerful sign of how deeply we can love. The greater our love, the deeper the feeling of loss. But instead of wishing the pain away, we can transform it into gratitude. Instead of focusing on what we've lost, we can cherish all the wonderful gifts we were given. As you learned from these 6 lessons, aging is not the end of your story. It's the deepening of it. Every goodbye you've endured, every change you've faced, every line on your face tells a tale of courage, connection, and transformation. Society might try to tell us we're fading, but Buddhism reminds us we are not fading, we are becoming more compassionate, more free, more ourselves. Don't be afraid of the mirror. Don't be afraid of the quiet. These moments hold treasures. The love you've shared, the wisdom you carry, and the peace you find in simply being, that's the real legacy. So, what will you choose? Will you hold on to what's gone or welcome what's ahead? Will you let fear lead or let peace guide you? The decision is yours. But if you choose to accept life as it comes, you'll find a quiet kind of joy waiting for you. So breathe, smile, and welcome this next chapter not with fear, but with an open heart. Because the truth is, you're not growing old, you're growing whole.